Hi and welcome to Angling For You. You join me in my front room, which is the warmest place at the moment. As everybody knows, the weather's been absolutely bonkers, especially the wind, and that's not lack of not wanting to go out. I've just been a little bit mad with work at the moment. So I'm just going to do a little product unboxing. You might have seen it before. Everybody will certainly have their own version of this. I've used them a couple of times, but I've got a packet that I haven't opened, which I'm going to show you in a second. And just quickly how to attach it, and a little bit about, because it's a back to basics video, a little bit about why we use them and what they're for. So the product I'm going to do today is the Middy Tower pots. So I'll just lift them up for camera. You can get them in various sizes, and this is just an all-round sort of size, I would say. It's not, you don't really want, when you have a pot on the end of your pole, it's a bit different. Obviously, I'm talking in basic terms. It's not like having what they call a cupping kit, where you go out and feed bait with an extra top kit. This is actually going to sit on the top of your pole, so when you're playing fish or when you're potting bait, and you don't want something that's absolutely ridiculous, because you're going to be in and out. It wants to be, in summer, more than likely close to being full to feed, but equally you can have the same size pot on in winter, but you can get smaller versions of this, like you can with every make. But these ones, again, they've got the single hole if you're wanting to sort of drip feed a little bit less, and a multi-hole, so if you're wanting to drip feed a few more at a time. This one could easily fit up to an 8mm pellet, and this one probably up to a 6mm pellet if you wanted to, but if not, you could just not have the tops on at all. So we'll go into that in detail when we take it and how we attach it to the pole. So I'm just going to give this a cut through the box with the world's worst scissors, I might add. So cab pots, as they can be called, or in this case tower pots or drip pots. There's lots of different names, pellet pots, there's lots of different names that you can have out there for loads of different brands. Now it'll obviously surprise you to know that I fish with the Preston ones. Now I've tried lots of ones through the years, and I use the ones where you fasten a little bit of elastic underneath them, but when you're using a bit heavy items, sometimes they can slip, and I have been using these ones a few times. Now obviously the season, when I've started to get a few things from Middy, the season's obviously not turned to a great time of year, so a lot of these products will be getting a lot more testing when we go through in the summer. So again, so this is the pot itself. As you can see, they are really quite strong, and the little lids fit on the top, nice and easy. There's a little tiny cap on this side, and that just allows you to get your finger on it. And then this side now has attached itself as a hinge, so when you clip that on, it basically creates that lid, so you don't have to pull it completely off. And then that's exactly the same, so you can see the inner side will sit inside the pot, and then that'll create the hinge for the cap. So we'll put that next one on, and once you've heard the click, again you can open that up, and now it's hinged, and that allows you to put it on. Now you can see this is the squeeze technology, which we'll show you in a minute, where you can squeeze to get it on, and obviously you don't want the lid on for this. Also you can see the drainage holes on the sides, all the way around. They've got little drainage holes. So I'm going to take this off first, this lid, which is nice and simple. Then we're going to bring in a top kit. Now this is just one of my power kits, Browning kit this one is, and obviously you can utilise whichever sort of size kits you want to enable you to do it. So to enable to make it larger, you grab either side of where the hole is and just give it a squeeze, and you'll see it open up like so. Once you do that, you want to squeeze it, and it's made out of a rubberized material, so squeeze it, just push it over where you want to get the top kit on, and perfect, we're on there, it's nice and tight, and I can slide it down a little bit further if I want to. It may look like it were a little bit fiddly to get on, but the thing is, it's really strong, and that's obviously what you want it to be, a little bit more tighter to get on. So as you can see now, it's on there, nice and simple. To get it off, just give it a really firm pull, and we'll go to put that back on again, so we get squeeze that and just get those little lips that are on there just over the top, and there you go, that's on. And you can see once it's on, you can have it right at the tip of your pole, you can slide it down, and obviously there's bigger sized ones that are available to, you know, if you've got bigger thick super power kits, that it's easier to do. But the main thing is it's with having that nice rubberized finish, and again I'll put it on for you, having that nice rubberized finish, it's not damaging the tip of your pole. So we'll just sit back a little bit, we can see how that works. So obviously you've got your elastic down here, the tip of your pole. I tend not to have them more than probably 6 inches back, and the reason that I do that is if you're thinking, well, you're trying to drop your rig on a similar spot nearly every time, and if this is down here, which I see it on a lot of times, then the accuracy, you're going to have to shift further forward to drop it in. You won't always get it right, but also if you're fishing close to an island and you haven't got that distance this way to tip it in, you can't really go any further. So the closer you can have it, but I always leave sort of 1.5 inches. The reason is you don't want any line to go over and get any tangles, but I reckon 1.5 inches is a safe amount of space to have it. So I'm just going to grab one of these lids, and then we can go through that. So just pop this lid off and pull that off. 1 second, leave that there. So as you can see, that's the lid in its 2 structured part, and we're just going to close that lid on there, and just going to simply put it on the top and then push down until you hear that click, and then that allows you to have the pop. So it's super easy to load, and then close that lid and you ship out to wherever you are, and you can just turn it sideways and just tap a little bit in by tapping your pole, or you can turn it fully round and tap your pole. Or if you want to ship out and it's summer and you just want to get all the bait out, a lot of times the lids are useful purely on the fact of shipping it out and you don't bump all your feed out. But say you've got a little bit of paste on and you want to ship that out, that's probably the only time that I would have it a little bit further back. But if you want your sort of your pole pot there with your little bit of paste in it and your line to it, if you're going to look at some more paste videos, you'll see that can easily tip over then, and you don't have to have a lid on it. So it's, you know, it works out really easy. And obviously you can get the taller ones, so they will able to hold your paste a little bit better. But that's really the reason I would ever fish with paste, with a bigger pot, and usually I would never have one any bigger than that really. So hopefully that's give you a little bit of insight around how to choose a pellet pot, and a little bit about the tower pots from Middy. Definitely worth using. I've like I say, I've been giving them a go a couple of times, and I just like how easy they are to put on, but how strong that rubber is to hold it on. Because obviously when you're fighting fish and you've got it under the water, then it's going to put a bit of pressure onto it. And they're really easy to use, and that's what you want, something durable, something easy to use. And when you're squashing like this, you don't want to be breaking or cracking a sort of brittle version of it. So yeah, check out my other videos. This Back to Basics is doing really good, just allowing me to give information to people that's aimed at beginners, not people that know how to fish the pole and know everything they need to know about pole pots and how to load a reel and things like that, but people that are getting back into it, or people that have not fished before. They're the kind of people that the Back to Basics is aimed at. There's the other features and things like that for people which is a bit more advanced, but still easy to follow. So have a look around the channel, see what you think. Join us on the Facebook group at Angling For You if you want to sort of be in more direct contact with us. We certainly answer as many questions and messages that get sent to myself or Matt on the channel and the group. Obviously, so if you like to do that, if it's just photos that you like to share and you want to show us what you're doing and where you're going and what you're catching, then go on to Instagram at angling_for_you, and we're on there. And again, it's a direct way of getting in touch with us. So we'll be having a lot of input on there, and you'll see plenty of photos from out and about that we're getting up to. So yeah, thank you very much. Like or subscribe, share with your friends. Thanks for watching as always. Tight lines.